Welcome in, everybody, to your NFL betting pregame show. It's Rob Trujillo, hanging out with, once again, Sterls for the girls. It's good to have you back, Sterls. It wasn't the same last week without you. I mean, I did already know that. Wasn't necessarily my choosing, but but was it? Listen, if you're talking about the Bills, yeah, we can do that. But in terms of the show, we did all right. Why was it a mess for you over the weekend? What happened? No doubt about that. No doubt about that. Okay, I feel like I've got you on like delayed sound. Am I is there something wrong with our sound right now? Let us know if anything sounds funny. I feel like I'm getting you super delayed here, Sterls. I don't know why, but are you hearing me okay? All right. Well, in that case, we just keep going on. Listen, man, I was very discouraged, but as far as the Buffalo Bills go, I was very discouraged because, like you said, there are people that you lost that you can't replace. But we will get to the Sunday night game and talk about the Bills here in a little bit. As you know, we go through every NFL game. We pick all the games right in front of you. I put my money where my mouth is. I actually place these bets. Sterls sometimes does. You place these bets, Sterls? I mean, you build. You say that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't feel like you actually place these bets. Well, I mean, why don't you do like what? I mean, listen, are you mad that I'm giving you a hard time cuz you don't really I mean, let's be honest, Sterls. You don't really place these bets. You just, you build some crazy. I mean, can we get you to do? Can we get you to do like round robins at least or something? No. Yeah. Do you know what that is? I mean, you don't. You could, but you don't. 5 bucks, nothing major. But I do bet on every single game. Yeah. See, he can't do it. That's fine. I'm not asking you to do it. No, 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 no. It's okay. I don't want to. I mean, that's what I write about it when we do it. But that we bet on every game. I at least bet on every game. Sterls, on the other hand, maybe not as confident. Doesn't necessarily bet every game. He places every game into a bet. Maybe that's a better way to say it. You place every game into a bet because you don't have the confidence. You don't have the confidence to actually place a bet on every game. But I'm just hey, listen. I don't. I mean, okay, if that's what you say. All right. Anything else go on this past week that we need to get into before we start talking football, Steros? How's life? Everything good? I mean, they're not really playing anybody, so it's hard for me to say how good your boys really are. But You know, is it though? What's your best win right now? What's your best win? Yeah, no, that's seriously. Seriously. Okay, Maryland. All right. I was gonna say I didn't remember you guys playing Maryland. Like, is Indiana your best win? I is, but you didn't answer the question. Is Indiana your best win? I'm not even watching that game. I should put that game on probably, to be honest with you. The Titans are such an anomaly to me. The Titans are such an anomaly to me. Like, I think they suck. I really do. But all the time they have these blowout wins against teams I don't think they should beat. And it's like, what the hell is going, like, are they a good team or not? Oh, listen. I mean, I think Vrabel's a good coach, but that is a whole lot to be putting on Mike Vrabel being a good coach. They got a shitty offensive line. They got a shitty quarterback. They've got shitty weapons. Like, it just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Say that a coach can do that much for him is hard for me to believe. But I guess you're right. I mean, who else are you going to give the credit to? So, but like, I don't know. I feel like every year when I watch them, I'm like, they're a fraud. They're a fraud. She's not his girlfriend anymore. Did you see that? She signed a deal with she signed a deal with Burger King. Started feeling herself, and now yeah, well, soon probably get get out of there. Get out of there. Trouble. Dude is trouble. Okay. Do you got anything for this game, by the way? You got any picks for this game before I slide us down to our first morning game of the week? Dude, I don't know why your sound is so weird. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting you like 2 seconds after I say something, you say something to me, which is really strange. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take you out of the stream and put you back in, see if that fixes it. See see if this works. Who knows? There we go. All right, so as we reconnect with Sturls here, I don't necessarily have anything that I love for this morning game. All right, Sturls, you're back in. You got to turn your stuff back on, though. You got to give me permission again. I don't necessarily have anything for this morning game that I love. It's saying poor connection. Interesting. Maybe that's what it is. If you force me to pick something for this morning game right now, it's Ravens minus 17.5. I would probably take the 17.5. But, you know, it's one of those things where how much do you trust the Ravens? How much do you trust the Titans? I don't trust either of those teams, to be honest with you. It's a little better. It's a little better, but we It does say that there's an internet connection issue with you, but it's definitely better than it was before. And I just need the people to see that beautiful face. You know what I mean? I need people to feel the vibes of Stirls for the Girls. I don't want to sully that for them. I get a little warning sign that says poor connection, but it has gone away now, so I'm thinking maybe we're okay. But this is what happens when you do live TV. You know what I mean? You just got to roll with some of the punches here. We are capable. Yeah, so if you wanted to bet that morning game, I would probably stay off of it. But if I did, I'd probably take the 17.5 points. You never know what's going to happen with the Ravens and the Titans because I don't trust either of those teams to do things well. So, Stirls, can you hear me? Are you back? Hello. Yeah, that's better. That's definitely better. There's like a 0.5 second delay instead of like a 2 second delay. And you're not all pixelated, so it's great. I love it. All right. Anything that you like in game for this London game going on right now? No. I do hate the London stuff. If they send us back there anytime in the next like half decade, I'm gonna flip out. You really think it was a McDermott problem? I don't think it would have mattered if they showed up on Tuesday. No, they were, but like I don't know. One of the guys was on the radio yesterday being like, "I still feel it. It's 9 hours, dude. It's a 9 hour difference." So, listen. Yes. Yeah, because the Jags were acclimated. So listen, I want to get into this real quick before if you're not in any kind of rush today, right, Stirls? I'm just making sure. If you got somewhere you need to be, I'm not trying to hold you up. You are Stirls for the Girls, so it could be all kinds of stuff you're planning to do. All right, so let's talk about this a little bit because this is the last week of London games. There are a couple Germany games, I think, too. But so eventually there's going to be overseas NFL teams. Like, it's going to happen. Originally, and what everybody talks about is there being one team over in London. See? Oh, no, that was me. Never mind. Dr. Eagle, welcome in. Thanks for jumping in the chat. What would we do without you?
Dr. Eagle.
He's your favorite.
He is my favorite.
Okay, so let's talk about this teams over in London. You can't just put one team over there. Which leads to how would you have teams over there? For me, I think the only way that you can do it is by actually putting an entire division over there.
I was thinking the same thing.
So if you put a whole division over there, you got to expand. And if you're going to expand, the only number that you can expand to that could make even divisions is 36. That's the next biggest number that you can expand to and make 6 divisions of 6. And I think that makes a lot of sense. You move 2 teams from America to Europe, and you expand 4 teams all in Europe. And when I was saying
that sounds like a lot of work.
This is what I think happens, though. When I say that they do this, I think it's going to be the Chargers and the Jaguars, which means that division is going to be an AFC division. You move the Chargers and the Jaguars to London. You put them in Tottenham and Wembley and let them be like a little crosstown rivalry in London. And then you put 4 teams spread across Europe. One in Germany, one in Amsterdam did well for the World League.
Right.
Maybe one in Paris, maybe one in Rome, something like that, right? You put 4 teams in Europe. And so now your schedule is 12 division games or 10 division games because you got 5 other teams in your division, right?
Yeah.
10 division games. You get a whole other division, half home, half away, and then you get the same place finishers. And that whole other division is like it could be NFC or AFC. Like it rotates because there's only 6 divisions, so you would get them every 5 years. You would get the divisions. So like you could be a full division against the AFC or a full division against the NFC, right? So, but to do this, you would have to go on like a month-long road trip because you'd have to play 3 games overseas as away games, but you wouldn't want to fly back and forth. So they would fly you over and you'd stay over there for a month and you'd play London, Amsterdam, and Rome in back-to-back-to-back weeks and then fly back. It's the only way I could see this working.
What about the playoffs? That'd be tough.
Thought about that. That would be tough. The only thing I could think of is the Europe team can't play home playoff games. Like you put a bye week for everybody between the regular season and the playoffs, and you make the European team play neutral site games. It's the only way you could do it. I mean, you can't fly back and forth.
It's too much of a competitive advantage.
Yeah,
I mean, it really is.
Yeah, if you add, and I think you would probably add a second bye week if you did that. Go 18 games, 2 bye weeks, and then put a mandatory bye week at the end of the season before the playoffs. I think the NFL is getting close to that anyway.
They should do that.
Putting regardless. A bye week there. But you lose the advantage of if they do that, I think they make an 8th playoff team.
Yeah.
So like the 1 seed doesn't have 2 weeks off. At least that's what I think. I don't know. I mean, I was trying to come up with ways because they're gonna make it happen. But I was trying to come up with ways in my head that it's actually doable, and that's the only way
that way is plausible. Right. I mean, you'd have to do it that way. I just think that the playoffs would. That's where it gets a little dicey right there.
Playoffs would suck for that team. At most, you could give them. One other thing that I thought you could do is if it's an AFC team, you know that they have to be part of the AFC playoffs, so you could split the wild cards and have 2 wild card weekends, where you have 4 NFC wild card games the first week, 1 week after the season ends, and the AFC is on a bye, and then the next week you have 4 AFC wild card games the second week, and the NFC's on a bye, and then you get into the divisional round of the playoffs.
You know what's weird? Looking at this London game, and they just showed Derrick Henry just popped a 60-something yard run, okay? So if you have him on fantasy, good for you. There's these people in Commanders jerseys rooting for the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
They made the point that at the Bills game there was all 30 NFL jerseys. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a good thing, man. Like, I get it. They love the product. Everybody loves the team, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. They got to put a team over there soon. Like, they've been feeding them NFL football, and I feel like until you put an actual team over there, like it's okay.
I'd be more okay with a team playing in Mexico City.
Yeah. Well, so I think the problem with Mexico City is if you do Mexico City, you also want to do Toronto and Vancouver, but Canada has this law that prevents any pro sports franchise from expanding up there where they already have a pro sport of that sport. So it's really to protect the CFL is essentially what it's for.
Smart by them.
Yeah. But so like I think if you do Mexico City, you want to do Vancouver and Toronto too, and I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you can get because you can't just expand to Mexico City. You can't have 33 teams, and
Right.
there's not a lot of teams in the a lot of cities in the United States that don't have a team that could have a team. If
True.
you're talking about expanding the NFL again, you'd have to get to 36 because 34 there's no divisor of where you would have equal divisions.
Now I feel
Right.
like that old guy that says "Get off my lawn"
They're gonna expand.
and just keep it the way it is.
No, they're gonna expand. It's gonna happen.
I know it's gonna
Way
happen.
too much
You can
money
feel
over
it.
there.
You can feel it. It's
They
gonna
want
happen.
they want football from 9:30 a.m. East Coast time until midnight East Coast time every week.
That's awful.
And there's only one way that you get that. But listen, dude, one thing I will say for it is if they do it, I do hope they put a whole division over there. Because if you put a whole division over there, division games against each other, at least those are balanced. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so if I'm watching, if what we have on right now is Amsterdam versus London at 9:30 in the morning, okay, you know what I mean? Whatever.
Right.
It's just annoying when your team has to fly over there and play, but you'd have to do it every 5 years. You'd have to go on a 3-game road trip to Europe. Actually, it would be it'd be every 10 years. No, it would be every 5 years. It'd be every 5 years if you did the schedule like that. All right, let's get into it. We sidetracked because that's what we are. That's what we do here. See, if you would have taken Titans plus 17.5, you'd be all excited right now. I do that to myself all the time when I'm watching football. Second guess myself. Don't place the bet. Second guess myself, and then when it happens, I'm mad at myself that I didn't place the bet. All right, we'll start with the Commanders and the Falcons. Commanders getting 1.5 on the road. Desmond Ridder, remarkably, has still not lost a home game. He didn't lose one in high school. He didn't lose one in college. He still has not lost a home game in the NFL. I believe he's 5-0 now. Sam Howell shows flashes of brilliance. Bijan Robinson, that overhead camera they have of him juking guys out that just follows the ball. Have you seen that on Twitter?
Oh yeah.
It is fucking awesome.
Did you see the one-handed catch last week behind his back?
Yeah. Yeah, why don't we have that in every single stadium? Because that is so dope.
He's good,
man.
man.
But that's the proof that there's a chip in the ball, right? I think they finally admitted that they put chips in the ball. They just don't use it for marking yard lines and stuff like that.
Wait, what?
Oh, you didn't know this?
Oh, I did not know this.
There are so for years, for like a decade at least, people have not jokingly, unironically been saying just put a freaking chip in the ball, and if it goes past your laser line, it's a touchdown. Like you don't even have to go to review. Just the green light turns on or the green light doesn't turn on. You know what I mean? Like, did he make it across the plane? Very simple. So apparently they have been putting chips in balls, but they use it for like their advanced analytics. They don't use it for down markers or touchdowns.
Okay.
And so, but apparently that's what you're seeing when you watch that overhead camera from the Falcons, is that camera is just focused on the ball at all times, and that's why the ball is always in the middle of the shot, and it looks so crazy.
I like that.
I'm cool with it.
I like that.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah. I mean, until Bill Belichick manipulates it somehow, but I'm good with it, you know?
What possibly could Belichick do for that? I mean, come on.
You know, listen, he's an evil genius.
Yeah,
He'll figure it out.
just something. just,
Something.
just do something with it.
Yeah, he'll manipulate it somehow for his benefit.
All right. Do you have a strong feeling one way or another for this Commanders Falcons game?
I'm going with the Commanders. Okay, one at 1.5.
Yeah,
I'm taking a spread on this one.
getting a point and a half. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna take that. Desmond Ritter's not good. He does not move the needle.
He's undefeated at home.
Yeah, I don't care. It's gonna change today. It's gonna change today. Kyle Pitts, like trade him. Like you guys don't know how to use him.
I know, isn't it such a waste? Like,
Yeah,
he could be so good. He
Dalton
could
Kincaid
so
will be in
good.
that list too.
Don't you start with me.
But
Don't you are salty today, Sterls, and I'm not here
hey,
for it.
you know I'm telling the truth. You know I'm telling the truth.
Listen, Ken Dorsey needs 2 years at all times to figure out what he's doing with whatever it is. So I don't expect him to produce till next year. Hey, you had too lofty expectations, and I told you that before the season. Did I not?
Yeah, but that's a pick.
You were setting yourself up for disappointment, and you know
But
it.
why? Why can't you just be like get
Not
it done?
realistic.
Why can't? Why? No. I'm gonna be me. Okay, that ain't gonna change. But why can't Ken Dorsey just use the damn tight end? Your first round draft pick.
So angry, Sterls. Listen.
Listen? I mean, I don't want to turn this into a Bill show. We could talk about the Bills when we get there, but it's just
right.
stupid.
We'll
Kyle
talk
Pitts
about
is in that fucking use him. Like, come on.
Sterls. I mean, he's a rookie NFL tight end.
I don't give a mother flipping.
Do you know how hard it is for tight ends to adapt to the NFL? Come on, man.
You know what 3-6 Mafia said? It's kind of hard out here for a
gotta
pimp.
stay fly.
Hey.
No, not what you were looking for? Okay.
No, man, close.
I mean, at least I landed the I was gonna say the band. Artist.
Same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was there.
You know.
I was there. All right, I'm taking the Falcons.
Nah, man. Yeah. Oh, you always got to do opposite of me.
I'm taking the Falcons. Listen, I don't know. Something stupid always happens in their game that they end up winning it at the end. CJ Stroud drives those Texans down last week. You're like, man, here it is. This is his moment. You know what I mean? Like, here's his first, like, he gets to have it. And Desmond Ridder puts him in range for a field goal and they win. So, like, some stupid like that happens all the time. They've won, like, 2 1-point games. So I'm actually hesitant to lay the 1.5, but I'll lay the 1.5.
But you're going to.
Yeah, I'll lay the 1.5 and I'll take the Falcons. All right,
fine.
Vikings and Bears. Tell me if you had this on your bingo card as battle of 1 and 4 teams.
Yes.
No, you didn't.
I swear to God, dude.
You can hate the Vikings as much as you want, but even if you
I knew that they weren't going to be good.
Even if you thought they were going to be 1 and 4, there's no way you thought the Bears would have a win by now.
Oh man. You talk about they're like Broncos bad.
Yeah, but somehow they keep finding ways to play well in games. Not win. They didn't win the Bronco game, but they played well in that game. They played well in the Washington game. Did Justin Fields start to gain a little confidence back? Do you believe in the Vikings enough that you are willing to lay 3 points? Like, there's a lot of important questions here, Sterls.
Okay, first of all, I'm going to go with the Bears here, okay, on the spread. There's no Justin Jefferson. I think that's going to hurt him. I mean, that's probably why the spread is only 3. Mario Addison's going to have to step up for them. Here's a problem with the Vikings. They have nothing on defense.
I like Addison a lot. But go
He's
ahead.
good. They have nothing on the defense side of the ball. That's where they're going to struggle, and I think that plays very well into the Chicago Bears and Justin Fields to actually be competent on offense today. I think they can win this game.
I do too, and I'm with you. I like the 3 points. I'll take the three at home. Give me the home dog. I think the Vikings, if they win games like this, and don't get me like they hung with the Chiefs. You know what I mean? Last week, it's not like they've been.
Everybody's hanging with the Chiefs, though.
Well, we'll get there. But it's not like they've been playing terribly. But like Vikings only win games by field goals. That's the only way Vikings win the game.
True.
So
True.
I will take the 3 points and a possible push if that is the case.
Let me ask you a question.
No.
Did you watch the show
So
Hanging
anyway,
with Mr. Cooper?
I'm kidding. I have never even heard of that show.
What?
No.
It's
why
good.
should I have heard of that show?
Well, it's about a black gym teacher who's funny in the 90s.
I don't know.
It was great.
I don't really do sitcoms and stuff like that, Sturls. I find normally they are not actually very funny. Trying to think
You
of the
watch Young
last.
and the Restless?
Yeah. Trying to think of the last sitcom. What's the last like comedy, like TV major comedy I watched?
The Office.
No, I didn't.
Tell
like
me
The
you
Office.
watched The Office.
I watched it. I'm not a big Office fan.
What?
I think the one-liners from it are better than the show itself.
Man.
Like there are one-liners that are great, but like it's just you sitting around in this awkward dead space waiting for them to say a one-liner that's so funny that you laugh for the rest of the episode. Like it's not actually a good show.
It was great. I liked it.
Big Bang Theory I think is the last one I watched, and I don't even like
Funny.
it that much. It's good. It's not great, but I think that's the last
Yeah.
like major TV comedy
Okay.
I watched. Yeah, dude. I feel like I'm too old to fall for that. Oh, if you took the Titans plus 17.5, you're living large. You are living
Oh, yeah.
large right now.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. All right. Seahawks and Bengals. Let's see. Seahawks plus 3 points in Cincinnati. I'm just going to throw it out there. Some people don't believe in this. I am one person that does believe in this. West, traveling east for an 11 o'clock start. It's tough, man. That is a tough thing to do to the bodies of these athletes. I'm leaning Bengals on this. Can you talk me out of it, or are you going Bengals too?
No, I'm going Seahawks.
Tell me.
Well, the Bengals had a great game last weekend offensively. I don't think that's something that's just going to continue to happen. And not because I hate the Bengals, but to have that offensive output 2 weeks in a row, I think that's going to be hard.
If you
I
were to
like
bet,
Seattle's cornerbacks.
how many teams in the NFL, if I asked you, who's going to have the same performance as the week before offensively? How many teams in the NFL are you picking before you pick the Bengals to be consistent on offense?
Well, throw the Broncos in there.
No.
It's consistently bad.
Good. Consistently good.
Oh man. I'd say the Bills, the Chiefs. They're pretty consistent. The Dolphins, right?
Dolphins. I wouldn't even necessarily say the Chiefs this year. The Chiefs
But
historically
they're not terrible, but they're like they're good enough. You know what I'm saying?
struggling
Like
a
they're
little
playing
bit, but
good
yeah.
enough,
Yeah.
right? But here's this, and this is why I say this about the Bengals. I really like Tariq Woolen and Witherspoon as cornerbacks. I think they can run the ball with two solid run. That's where that's where it tilts for me, because they can control the game by running the ball. They got two good cornerbacks. And listen, the Bengals offensive line's not very good. Statistically, they're ranked one of the lower units in the league, according to PFF. So I listen, from Seattle to Cincy, that's not that far, right? It's not like it's from LA to Florida. right?
It's more about the
So
time, though.
2 hours for them. 2 hours. It's not too bad. It's doable. It's manageable. I think they could do it. I mean, they might not win the game, but can they keep within three? Yeah.
Russell Wilson sends his regards for those two cornerbacks that you now have for the
Oh,
Seattle Seahawks. Um,
buddy.
listen, that trade
Is that the worst trade in NFL history?
You know, people have brought that up on our radio show. I don't think it's quite there yet.
But it's close.
Yeah,
Top five.
it's-
Top five
yeah,
bad.
it's getting close. What makes it look worse is the contract they gave him that they didn't
Yeah.
have to give him. Now, listen,
Right.
anybody who tells you that they weren't for giving him that contract is a freaking liar. It was thought to be a slam dunk. Here's something that a new ownership group can do to endear itself to its fans. But, man, the Seahawks are eaten with those picks that they got, those players they got from that trade, and somehow got the better quarterback out of it as well.
Rob, why don't we have a Broncos show? Why don't we just start a Broncos podcast? We would have so much fun with that.
We could do a Broncos podcast. It's just no Broncos fans would listen to it because we would be so freaking mean to them.
They deserve every fucking word that we give them. They deserve it. I'm telling you. Listen. Do you want to get counseling from someone who hasn't been there?
Yes, they want to get counseling from someone who hasn't been there. As somebody who does their post game show and is on air, all I hear about is how I'm a Bills fan and I shouldn't be talking.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I have to
without saying you don't want to get better. You don't want to be better yourself.
And then I have to remind them that I went through a 17-year playoff drought, and don't start blaming me when I tell you that what the Broncos are going through right now looks like that. Remember when we
That's
lost?
Hilarious.
Remember when we lost 15 straight to Tom Brady? Remember when we were you weren't there, but dude, that in Lodos, they're popping champagne bottles when we beat the Patriots with Fitzpatrick on that last second field goal. Literally, they popped champagne bottles, and they took Ryan Miller O's, and they gave free champagne to everybody, and they dropped Ryan Miller O's in each one of the champagne glasses.
Oh, buddy.
And I haven't said this on air yet, but it's soon. Soon this is coming.
Okay.
Little preview for everybody who tunes into the radio show. I had to live with people telling me that the Buffalo Bills had 3 Super Bowls a year. 2 games against the New England Patriots and the NFL draft. And guess what? Guess what, Broncos fans? Because if the Broncos had pulled out that game on Thursday night, would it have not felt like a freaking Super Bowl win for them?
Oh,
and listen,
dude.
this fan base expects better than that, and I love them for that. But it feels deathly similar to
highly delusional.
I don't know if it's
You got to take your medicine.
I don't know. I think
you got
it's
to rebuild it the right way.
I agree with you, but I think it's okay to believe that your franchise should be better than this. I think that's all right. I don't think that's necessarily delusions.
No, it's not delusional. Maybe poor choice of words. It's just maybe
Failing.
When I look at the Broncos historically living here, right? They've been so blessed, right? From a football fan, it's like I think some of their fans they still live in that like they still have Peyton Manning as their quarterback.
When did you get here?
07.
Yeah, see, I got here in 94, and I watched them struggle, dude. Those 80s when they went to the Super Bowl and were the Bills, like the two losingest teams in the Super Bowl were the Bills and the Broncos. And we were like trading records for like who got beat worse in a Super Bowl. That's what happened. Wow. You know what I mean? So I have a little bit more respect for the fan base because I remember that the fan
Sure.
base liked that. And now I've been to all three of their parades, and I think it's a good fan base. I think it's a smart fan base. And I think it's okay
They
that
are,
they.
for
I think
sure.
it's okay for them to say we expect better than this. It just doesn't mean just because you expect better than this doesn't mean you get better than this.
You know, I would have some grace for them if they like tore down and rebuilt it the right way. But this patchwork stuff they're doing,
Guess what's coming,
man,
Sterls?
it
It
just
is
they have
that
to now.
that rebuild is a heat-seeking missile coming for them right now. There is no
Yeah,
way.
take your
There's no way
medicine
they
and
don't.
just
Yeah,
get it over with.
they're going to. They have to. All right. So you're picking the Seahawks on this. I'm taking Bengals. I'll lay the 3
Okay.
points and take the Bengals. I think. I think a report came out after last week that Joe Burrow is 100% healthy. I don't know if that's true.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I don't know if that's true, but I do believe he's getting healthier. And if he can help his offensive line by eluding some of the rush, which he hadn't been able to do in weeks past, Jamar Chase is always fucking open. So we know that.
Right?
We know that to be true. No false statements there. I am really excited about this one. 49ers and Browns. The spread, I feel like, is off on this one. But tell me, go ahead and start your Brown hate because I know you hate them. So go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Talk shit about the Browns, and then I'll talk good about them afterwards.
Listen,
You can't
what makes
hate
you
the
think I
whole
hate the
team.
Browns?
I know you hate the Browns. You can't hate the whole team, though, because the quarterback is a creepy motherfucker. My point is.
marvelous. Yeah, man. The Browns suck, dude.
No, they don't.
They do. They do suck.
No,
They do.
don't. No,
I'll tell you why they suck. They don't have a quarterback. You can have all the other positions, great defense, all this, but if you ain't got a quarterback, you got nothing. You got nothing. So, report came out this morning that Deshaun Watson, he might not be back. He might not be back for a while. His shoulder's jacked up.
Yeah, and it's his throwing shoulder too.
Yeah. So,
Which honestly, I don't mind that experiment going wrong. Like I'm fine with that.
it's a blessing. Listen, it's a blessing in disguise if you're a Cleveland fan, because guess what? If you can just put him on IR and play the rookie, and you're gonna lose a bunch of games, your roster's actually stacked. Get a quarterback. Get a real one. You'll be on a rookie deal. You can figure out his contract is guaranteed.
Problem is this team
you're
is
gonna take a lot of dead cap.
Problem is this team is too talented to lose a bunch of games. I don't think they take dead cap because I don't think they cut him. I think they just put him on IR and you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if they can get. They. I guess they would have to hope he has some like behavioral malfunction where he's just an ass and goes to another massage parlor.
Oh boy.
And then he can get his contract kind of.
Could you imagine?
Voided.
Could you imagine if he did that?
He might need a little rub-a-dub-dub. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man,
he needs his shoulder worked on.
The amount of guaranteed money that you would be giving up because you want a little tug. You know what I mean? Like it's like I can't imagine it. I can't imagine doing it in the first place, of course. But like,
have you met Mel Tucker?
No.
$90 million voided.
Hey,
because he wanted to go to Pound Town with some chick.
Yeah. Here's the thing I don't get about that. And maybe it's because I just haven't found that person, so I don't believe in love. This is different than the Deshaun Watson thing. This is
you don't believe in love.
This is the Mel Tucker thing. No, not for instead of $90 million, I will go find some 26-year-old who just wants my money and tell her like here's your allowance and all we got to do is hang out. And you know what I mean?
Oh, that's a great arrangement.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't need that one specific. And then once I get my 90 million, then I'll go marry whoever that is. You just gotta wait 4 or 5 years. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
that's what I never understood about this whole Deshaun Watson thing. Like Deshaun Watson, you're a good looking dude. You're a multi-millionaire NFL quarterback. Do you really need to be up in a
right?
be getting massages? Like you can have any girl you want.
Literally almost any girl he wants. I mean,
That's what's so stupid.
if he walked onto the Clemson campus, like he probably doesn't even have to talk. He would have just had to point like you.
Yeah.
And
And
you're
he's a
that
god on
freaking
that
stupid.
campus.
That's what I'm saying.
In the South. Them girls are whew.
That's what I'm saying. And instead, but like, man, people who have problems, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Sure.
You have a problem, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, tangent. Listen, this Browns defense is legit. If you ask me to build a defense that can stop the 49ers,
It's that one.
this is one. This is one of them. Again, West going east. And another thing that we haven't talked about yet, but now you're going to have to start taking bye weeks into account in NFL
that's true.
seasons. Browns coming off a bye. 49ers with a huge win last week. I'm taking the points.
I know.
I'm
Everything
taking the
says-
points. I know. It's DTR but he looked good
You
in the
can't even
preseason.
call him DTR yet.
What?
He hasn't.
What?
He hasn't played well enough to be called a
Okay.
cool name like that.
Calm down, would you?
I'm just saying.
Calm
It's like when people boogie bash him. No,
down.
your name. You ain't
Why-
boogie.
Why? Like, what a weird thing to hate on.
It's me. What are you talking about?
That's just a weird thing to hate on.
You got to earn your name, bro. You got to earn it.
He did
You got to earn it.
by playing
He
in
did it.
college for 27 years. He did. He was. Listen, he was good in the preseason. Yes, I watched Browns preseason games. He was not good in his first as a starter in his first NFL game, but I'm hoping he shows a little flash of something here. I'll take the 9.5. I'll take it at home. I'll take them coming off a bye. I'll take the Niners going west to east. Like, there's just so many things that are screaming at me. Take the 9.5
Yeah.
points, and so I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the 9.5.
Like we were just talking about. Like, man, for them to play well again, like that's a man. Their offense hasn't missed a beat all season. It looked good.
And if anybody can continue to look good, it's them. But at some point, they're going to stumble. Nobody goes undefeated.
You think that
Doesn't happen.
they're not going to lose the game, but in terms of the spread, that's why you feel.
No, I think
Convicted.
I'm taking the 9.5. But I'm just saying, I'm not saying that this is the game that they lose, but I'm saying
But
they
it's
will lose a game. They're not.
All right,
that
I'll take the
infallible.
Niners with the spread since you took the Browns.
Of course you will. By the way, where is everybody? We got people. I mean, there are people in here watching. I ain't got no fantasy questions from you, no survivor questions. Nobody's had a take on a bet yet. Nobody's corrected us on somebody being out when we thought that they were going to be in and playing. Like, where is
I
everybody?
know.
What are y'all doing? Somebody's
haven't heard
slacking
nothing
this
about-
morning.
Ohio State.
Who did Ohio State play the other day? Yesterday.
They played. Purdue.
Kenny, I'm looking at the sports book. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, who did Ohio State play yesterday?
Purdue.
Oh, Purdue's been tough for them, dude. Purdue has knocked them off more than a couple
Not
times.
this year.
I mean, I'm just saying. All right. This is, I think, tied for the biggest spread of the day. Panthers at Dolphins.
Panthers at Dolphins.
You got to lay 14 points if you want to pick the Dolphins. You got to lay 2 whole touchdowns, and it's not even juiced. It's minus 14 at minus 110. Like you,
Right.
they're not even hiding how bad they think the Panthers are. So Sturls,
Yeah,
Do you have the balls to take the 14 points?
Hell yeah. I'm taking the Dolphins with the 14.
Oh, you're
You're
laying the
goddamn right.
14. No, that's why I
I'm
said.
laying the
I
14
said,
on
do
them
you have the
boys.
balls to take the 14?
Oh, take
points?
no, hell no. Bryce Young, he's not. Not yet.
Calm
he ain't
down.
ready.
Calm down.
Listen.
You know, I heard a national show talking yesterday about if he should have like an NFL redshirt year, and how really honestly you probably should have done that if you're the Panthers. The rest of the team around him is not very good. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Did you hear the latest report this morning that they were going to entertain offers for Brian Burns, Jeremy Chin?
Yeah, because they don't have a first round pick right now.
And who else were they looking to get rid of? There was one more player.
Was it JC?
Oh yeah, it was Jackson and
No.
Terrence Marshall.
JC Horn?
Terrence Marshall, not JC Horn. It was
JC
Dante Jackson.
Dante
Jackson.
JC Jackson was a Charger and is back with
the Broncos. I mean,
Patriots.
with the Patriots.
Yeah. I just put in my bet for this game. I want you to guess what it was.
You're taking the Panthers.
You do not tell an NFL team that they are 2 full touchdowns worse than another team. Like, I just won't do it. Panthers got throttled by the.
When they lose by 14, I want you to get on Twitter.
That's fine.
Say, I was wrong.
That's fine. Listen. It is just a hard and fast rule that I have that I don't bet against NFL teams that are getting 2 scores.
Right.
And I like.
But you have to have a pulse. You have to have a pulse. Like, do you really think Bryce Young and these boys, they're just going to figure it out and start bombing away? Like, they're not going to be able to keep up.
Bro, they scored 24 points against the Lions. And the Lions have a good defense.
Yeah, and guess what? Jesus had to help them. And he said this week, nope, figure it out.
Also, you know what I want to know? Let's look at the Dolphins schedule. Let's look at the Dolphins schedule. Panthers this week, Eagles next week. I thought this was a game.
Oh, that'll be good.
Game before a game. Yeah, that one will be fun because the Eagles are everything that the Dolphins aren't. Like smash mouth. We're gonna run it right at you. Although the Dolphins have been running the ball well, I don't mean to say that they can't run the football. I just mean to say like. The Eagles feel a whole lot more smash mouth in defense. Sure. And the Dolphins feel more run the ball like outside the tackles and throw the ball in offense, you know. But anyway, give me the 14 points. No way that I'm not saying the Dolphins lose, but I'll take 2 full touchdowns and take my chances. You hate me. Why do you hate me?
I do.
Don't hate me.
I'm doing the opposite.
So far you've laid 9.5, 14.5. 14. Those are the 2 big spreads you've laid.
Yep, just those 2.
Okay.
And I usually side with you on
no, you don't.
That
what?
rule. I do.
What?
I do.
What?
I do.
Don't
but
lie to
these
the
2
people.
teams.
Sterles, don't lie. Kenny's
no.
here looking at his sports books, and you're just lying right to him.
Ryan Tannehill just went to the locker room, by the way.
That actually might make them better. Anyway.
Turf wars.
Will Levis or Malik Willis? Who is
Malik Willis will go in.
Is it Malik?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe that kid starts figuring it out. Hey, speaking of NFL redshirt years, there you go. All right, Colts at Jaguars. Colts getting 4.5 points here. No Anthony Richardson. He's on IR. So you get Garner Minshew here. And you know I love the jorts. You know I'm a jorts guy. Not for me. I would never wear them. But Garner Minshew, happy for him to jort it up.
Yeah.
How are you feeling with the Jaguars coming back from London playing a game this week.
I'm mad at the Jaguars right now. I'm mad at them. So I'm going to go with the
Doesn't
Colts this game.
doesn't matter at all.
It does to me.
You being mad at them is completely irrelevant.
No, it is. It is. They hear me.
Okay.
They hear me.
Okay.
So, but here's the deal. Kind of,
Tell me the
it's
deal.
like they play 2 good games in a row, the Jaguars. I don't feel like they're a consistent team, right? Trevor Lawrence played his ass off last week. Got to give him big props for that. But I think Gardner Minshew right now is a better quarterback for that offense. Jonathan Taylor shouldn't be on any kind of pitch count like he was last week. I think that's going to look
who
good
needs
for them.
him? You got Zach Moss. Who needs Jonathan Taylor?
Oh my God, he's been playing well. He's been playing well though.
Who needs Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah.
Kenny G hops in. Who do you like for an anytime TD in this game? I love that question, by the way. Thank you for that, Kenny.
Travis Etienne.
Wow. Okay. Tell me more.
Yeah, I just feel like you're starting to see Travis Etienne kind of coming to his own this year. He played really good last year, but this season he kind of started off a little slow. I think the Jags, their run blocking has improved, right? So it's going to bode well for them. I feel like outside of their defensive tackles, they really don't have anything on the edge. I'm speaking of the Colts here. So I think they're going to be able to attack the edges of that defense. They're going to be able to attack the edges, and I think he's going to get a touchdown for sure.
I don't know. I don't know that I'm with you on that. I'm trying to decide. For that to work, because I don't think Doug Peterson uses him well as a receiver out of the backfield. I think he could be better with that. Personally. So
Okay.
I think, yeah, and I think Kenny's right on with it. I think I'd rather pick a wide receiver. And I'm trying to decide if I want to pick Christian Kirk or Calvin Ridley.
Go Zay Jones.
God, no. I'm gonna say Calvin Ridley's been getting a bunch of the attention, and Christian Kirk is a good wide receiver. I don't think he gets enough credit. He signed that big deal, and I was like, "There's no way he'll be worth that," and he's been absolutely worth that. So I'm gonna say Christian Kirk for an anytime touchdown for me. I'm also gonna say don't sleep on a Jonathan Taylor touchdown, because I feel like they are going to want to get him a touchdown this week. Like, I feel like they are going to try to force that a little bit. So especially if they get inside the red zone, I think they're going to feed him the rock and see if they can get him in the end zone.
That's fair.
To make him feel better. All right, who do you like for the game, Sterls?
I'm going with the Colts. They're going to lose this game, but I think they're going to +4.
4.5.
That's what I'm taking. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the 4.5 as well. Like I said, I was listening to that radio guy yesterday, and he's like, man, my body's still not right. The Jaguars have the reverse issue of the Bills. They acclimated to being over there. Now they're coming back.
Oh, I didn't look at it that way.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
So, listen, they'll be playing this game. It's not like it's not going to feel quite the same as going over there, because coming back is always easier. And so even if they acclimated to over there, it'll feel like they're playing a game at like 7 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? So it shouldn't affect them as much. So I think they win the game. I just don't think they cover. I'll take the Colts in the 4.5.
That might be the game that I watch on the 11 o'clock slate.
I think
because I'm curious.
I think I might start with Niners and Browns, and if it turns into a disaster, go watch the Colts and Jags. All right, let's see. Saints and Texans. God, I hate the Saints so much.
Home dogs, baby. Home dogs.
Yeah, give me CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
Hello.
And Dameon Pierce, I think it's time for him to have a breakout.
Yeah, man, for as good as he was last year, he's been kind of invisible this year.
Yeah, the Texans are getting healthier on the offensive line. It's going to bode well. Give me Damian Pierce. Anytime touchdown.
Milkman. We haven't gotten to the Sunday night football game yet, but we will talk about the Giants plus 15 on the Bills. That one is going to be the last game we talk about, but it'll be on our slate. Don't worry. All right, so Saints minus 2.5 at the Texans. Love the home dog. Love the 2.5 points. Love C.J. Stroud after getting his heart broken. That dude won that game.
Yeah, he did.
He won that
playing
game
so well, man.
He really is, man. And was the cart coming for Tannehill? Look at that.
Yeah, he's on the cart. He is on the cart.
21-13 in the London game with 12 minutes in the fourth.
Yeah.
Listen, everybody's trying to get me on the Saints, particularly Gabs, who's a regular on this channel. He's like, why are you a Saints hater? I'm like, I don't believe in Derek Carr, and I definitely don't believe in Dennis Allen. And when I don't trust your coach and I don't trust your quarterback, I don't trust the team. Defense has been great, Dr. Eagle. It's a great point. It's 100% right. The Saints defense has been awesome. But like, I don't know, man. I believe in the Texans. I like their coach. I like their quarterback. I think they're a young, up-and-coming team. I think they're a fun team. I can't wait for them to be good. And they'll have some stinkers, no doubt. But, God, the Saints just don't scare me at all. They went toe-to-toe with the Panthers, man. Like, it was a back-and-forth game that came down to the last score. So, give me C.J. Stroud at home plus 2.5 points.
That's good.
You're on the same, right?
Yeah.
All right. We are to the afternoon games, which means I'm going to take a little commercial break, turn off pre-roll. We've had it on this whole time, which means commercials are randomly popping up as we're talking, and I hate that. So I'm going to take a little 3-minute commercial break here, and if you're a subscriber, it means that you get to enjoy our commercial question of the day. So we'll be right back. Or if you're on YouTube, I guess, you can also hear that. All right, Sturls, I assume you don't have a commercial question for the day, so I'll make it up.
Do it.
I have this little whiteboard at work that I put a question on every week. Some people like it. Some people hate it. I don't fucking care. So the question this week was pick a season. Summer, spring, fall, or holiday season.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you can. yeah.
Fall
Because that's what winter is. Winter is
I
holiday
knew you were
season.
gonna come in here with some bullshit like that.
It's not bull.
That's
It's not
some bull. That's
It
some
is not.
malarkey.
It's
Bro.
Do we call it the holiday season?
It's in fall.
No, it's in winter. Christmas is in winter. Thanksgiving, winter. Are you
Fall.
telling me? Are you telling me Thanksgiving
Fall,
is in the
winter
fall?
to me. Fall and winter to me.
Are you telling me Thanksgiving is in the fall?
I call it the fall. Winter for me doesn't start till
It's
January.
the last week of November, bro.
I don't care. I don't care. Winter starts in January. Okay.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, people think of, that's why I didn't put winter on the board, because people think of winter.
Okay. You know what? I subscribe
January,
to that.
February.
I subscribe to that, and give me the holiday season.
Really?
Yes.
You're
Love it.
You're a mensch for the lights and the cookies and the whole thing, huh?
Well, I don't give a shit about the cookies and the lights. Them cookies be bullshit. Them Christmas cookies be bullshit.
Wow.
Oh yeah, dude.
Wow.
Halloween cookies are bullshit too.
Brother, listen. Wasn't it you who said that Italians haven't given you. Oh no, that was Reese. Also on this channel, shout out to Reese Cups, who said that Italians didn't warn you about how much food that they have when you go to a holiday. Have you had Italian Christmas cookies? Or have you only had the bullshit Christmas cookies you get from the store?
I take it back. A girl did make me Christmas cookies, and she was Italian. Like, that's their thing. Those were good.
Yeah.
But
maybe Rachel and I'll get together. Maybe Rachel and I'll get together this year and make some Sicilian Christmas cookies for you. Because when we did it in years past, let me tell you, you have not had a Christmas cookie, bro.
Listen, I'm not, I mean, do it.
Do you think I get this fat? Because I don't know what I'm talking about. Welcome back to those of you who were on a commercial break. With the last thing we said being, do you think I got this fat? Because I don't know what I'm talking about. The commercial question, we'll throw it out quick and then move on. The commercial question of the day: pick a season, summer, spring, fall, or holiday season. And Sterls, my guy, went with holiday season, but said it wasn't because of the cookies, and I informed him that he's never had a good one, and I can't wait to call Rachel and see if we can make cookies this year. But just real quick, why did you pick holiday season?
Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday.
That's my dude. That's why we get along, bro.
Yeah, the food that is consumed on Thanksgiving, it's great. Christmas is great too. Christmas is great.
Christmas is good.
I love Christmas. I love Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving is great. Thanksgiving, you can hang out with whoever you want. You can eat whatever you want. If you want to go hang out with just friends and watch football, you can do that. If you want to take a trip to see family, guess what? You got the days off to do that. It's also the only holiday you get 2 days off for.
Yes. And you're spending Thanksgiving with me this year, right?
Am I?
Yeah.
Why?
You are.
Why?
Because you're my brother. You're spending it with me this year.
I don't know about that.
Wow.
Originally my plan was to go back to Buffalo and see Bills Jets the week before, spend Thanksgiving with my mom in New York, and then go see Bills Eagles the week after. The weekend after Thanksgiving.
If you don't do that, then you're spending it with me.
We'll see.
I'm deep frying the turkey again.
We'll see. Yes, Kenny G, we saw Malik Willis is in for the Titans. A cart came and got Tannehill, which I didn't know it was that serious, but apparently it is. All right, on to the afternoon games. What's that?
It's an ankle injury.
Yeah, I didn't know it was that serious though.
Yeah, he got rolled up on getting sacked, and then he got hit again. And the second time, Mark Andrews. Wow. So we'll see what happens. You know, can I be a hater for a second? Well, I've been a hater all this whole show.
I mean, it's literally all you do here.
I know. I just came in here on one. Because the Bills suffered so much in London, I need like other teams to feel what we felt.
What really gets me, and I didn't get the chance to talk to you about it last week, so they're at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium playing on turf. There's a fucking grass field at that
with
stadium.
Grass there, right, dude?
They rolled the grass turf out of that stadium so they could play on this god-awful turf field that everybody complained about.
I hope, before I got on the show, this is literally what I was thinking, that the players would just boycott playing next season until they fix the fields. Don't even step on these turf fields.
Here's what makes me angry. You know they're ripping them out for the World Cup, right?
What?
Yeah. In a bunch of these NFL stadiums, the World Cup they wouldn't have accepted the bid if they had to play on turf. You have to play the World Cup on grass. So
Great. So this is
so
perfect.
at like MetLife, they're ripping it out and putting in grass just for the World Cup,
Are
and
you
then they're going
serious?
back to turf. Yeah, and
So
NFL
so
players
it's
are
not a money thing.
right. That's the NFL players' point. Now listen, it is a money thing because once you put that grass in, having the World Cup play there over the summer is one thing, but keeping that grass alive for 20 NFL games at MetLife Stadium when uh, it's cold and in the middle of winter, that turf is going to be shit. We see it in Pittsburgh every year.
I'd rather
So
play on that than what they're playing on now.
but it's a viable question. Is the worst grass better than the best turf? It's a viable
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know, man. Some years in Pittsburgh, I mean, that turf gets real ugly. It gets real bad. So, but
Who
listen,
does it good? Who does it good? Green Bay does it well. Look at their
well, and
elements.
that's what the players say is like if you can grow grass in Green Bay, Wisconsin, you can grow grass anywhere. So yeah, I mean, listen, they'll have to get like UV lights. They'll have to put heaters under the field. They'll probably have to rip up in New York. They'll have to rip up the turf at least once during the season, maybe twice, and resod it. Like it's a lot of money you're talking about. Not to mention that now you need to have a whole grounds crew that you weren't staffing before. Yeah, I mean you're talking about a lot of money, but I think you got to do it. You
You
are
got to
the
do it.
you are the preeminent sports league in the world,
Right.
and you're
Right.
losing world class athletes. Um,
You know what? If Tom Brady in his prime got hurt on turf and was out for the season, they would have done it.
it's
Seriously.
I really think it'll take something like Patrick Mahomes getting hurt
Patrick
on
Mahomes.
the Jets
Yep.
turf. You know what I mean? For it to
Yep.
really swing, but
Yep. Yep.
um, but hey, man, the Bills are doing it right, and I think it's another thing the players are going to point to in the Bills' new stadium. It will be
Yeah.
natural
Love it.
grass.
In Buffalo. So listen,
And
man.
that's their point. You know what I mean? Like if you can do it in
Yep.
Green Bay, if you can do it in Buffalo, you can do it anywhere. The advantage that Buffalo has is they're starting from scratch, so they
Right.
can put in heating coils under the field. You know what I mean? Like they can make
Right.
it roll into some kind of cover if they want to. I
But I
wouldn't
don't
be.
want to hear anything like these guys profit billions of dollars. Like you can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like they can do this.
It'll be
If it's
interesting.
about player safety,
It'll be
come on.
interesting. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do it, but yeah, I agree.
All right. Did you know that we have 40 minutes until the morning games start because we've been wasting so much freaking time?
It's because we didn't do it last week.
I know. Well, this is what we get for you not showing up last week. All right. Afternoon games. Let's start knocking these out. Patriots at Raiders. What a dog shit game. Patriots
Oh,
getting
God.
3 points in Las Vegas. You know what?
Yeah.
Give me Josh McDaniels.
Oh, I second that.
And what? Why do you keep doing this to me? People going back to old assistant coaches for Belichick playing Belichick almost never goes well. But I really think the Patriots are every bit the disaster that they've looked like, and I think it's finally catching up with them. Years of
Yeah.
poor drafting, years of bad free agent spending, I guess is how I want to put it. I feel like it's all catching up with them now. And the Raiders look like maybe they figured something out last week. Like, in the second half, hey, let's throw it to Devontae Adams a bunch. Not a bad plan.
Right.
Not a bad idea. Max Crosby is single-handedly saving that defense. So yeah, give me the Raiders -3 at home.
I agree. There's not really much to say about the Patriots, man.
Bailey Zappi is going to be
It,
their quarterback.
yeah, and
Who's
Bill
here's
might be out of a job after the season.
only if he wants to be. There's no way they fire him, but They might try to force him out. Might try to push him out. I know we just talked about how we're getting sidetracked, but it was an interesting question that we got on the radio show this week. Who's the starting quarterback for them next year?
Drake May.
I don't think he wants to draft one.
If he, the fact that we have to talk about this, I mean, it shouldn't even. It's not even a question. Like, how dumb do you have to be to not draft a quarterback?
Are you ready for this?
Let's hear it.
I don't think you're ready for this.
Go ahead.
I really don't think you're ready for this.
Go ahead.
Russell Wilson gets cut and signs with the New England Patriots.
No, hell no. Why?
Yeah.
Would you do that?
Yeah. I really think that's a strong possibility. I think that's a strong
Poor Russ.
possibility.
No, he would have no weapons.
Oh, I mean, I think it would be a disaster of epic proportion, but it's exactly the kind of thing that Bill would do.
That Belichick would do.
Because he thinks he can, just like Cam Newton, thinks he can get him better, thinks he can make him better, and he thinks he can win 10 games and get to the playoffs like that. I don't think that happens. I don't think if that happens that they win 10 games and get to the playoffs. But there's a couple interesting QB names that are not drafted next year. Kyler Murray being one of them. Russell Wilson being the other.
I don't think they make that trade. Zach Wilson.
I don't think it's a trade. I think Kyler gets cut, but I think they try.
Caleb, yeah.
I think they try to trade him, but I think he gets cut. So yeah, interesting question we got on the radio show. All right, Cardinals. So there you go. Speak of the devil, and they shall appear. Cardinals at Rams. Cardinals getting a whole touchdown.
I'm taking the Cardinals +7 here.
Oh man, I want to. I want to so bad. I want to take the Cardinals +7, but oh my gut is telling me the Rams are going to make me pay for it.
It's a divisional game, so they're going to be close. The Cardinals will put up a fight every game.
I feel like I like the Cardinals too much, though. Bang, get out of here. Don't encourage him. I don't need none of that. Dodgers suck. And I can't even, I want to say go Rockies, but that's a joke.
Oh, God.
Let's see. Milkman, if that's
I'd
possible.
feel better if you said go Broncos.
Right. If that's possible, then so would be the Cardinals cutting Kyler. And then, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Milkman. I think Kyler gets cut, but I don't think Kyler and Bill Belichick fit together. So I don't think they sign him. I'm taking the Rams.
That's a bad.
I'm taking the Rams -7 because
it just changed.
That's what my gut says.
The line just changed to 6.5.
Oh, well, I wish that I would have waited for it to change on BetMGM, but it did not change on BetMGM yet.
Yeah, it just changed.
My gut's telling me the Rams I'm gonna listen to it because I think I like the Cardinals too much. And Cardinals +7 is where my heart wants to be, but my head is telling me Rams. Cooper Kupp gets healthy. Puka Nacua. They seem like they're figuring some things out. They've played tough teams.
That's
tough.
Fair.
I'll take the Rams
fair.
-7.
All right.
This was supposed to be the game of the day. What's that?
Malik Willis just got sacked.
You are way ahead of me. I'm watching. I'm watching the rate.
You watching that ghetto?
Yeah, bro.
Bootleg version.
I ain't got no money. I ain't trying to pay
either.
for that shit. Except you paid what, $600 for NFL Sunday ticket?
I had to.
Well,
I had to. And I'm eating ramen.
Or you can watch it for free on a 45-second delay. Do you think if the Rams don't make the playoffs, does Matthew retire? I think he's close, but I think if he feels like they've got a good enough, not this year, but next year, if he feels like they have a playoff team next year, he'll stay. I don't think this year matters all that much as long as he can stay healthy, as long as the elbow doesn't flare up again. I think he sticks around. So, all right, this was supposed to be the game of the day: Eagles at Jets. 5-0 Eagles at 2-3 Jets. Eagles laying 6.5 on the road. Who you got, Stross?
Give me the Eagles +7. I mean -7.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can give me the Eagles +7 too.
Right? I just don't feel confident in who does in that offense that the Jets have. I mean, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. The Eagles are going to be without Darius Slay, Jalen Carter, but I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah, I don't think it matters either. They're without a couple guys, but I'll lay the 6.5 points.
Yeah.
All right, too easy. Lions at Bucks. When I was watching the NFL matchup show yesterday, they were like, "This is the game of the day." nobody's talking about. Lions at the Bucks at a 4:45 start. 2:25 for us. Lions -3 on the road at the Bucks. The Bucks' only loss this year is to the Eagles, and the Eagles didn't even pound them as hard as I thought they were going to.
Pause.
Wait, I thought you said pause.
Yeah, you said the Eagles are going to pound them?
No. I said the Eagles didn't pound them as bad as I thought they were going to.
So, yeah, it's a thing now. All the kids say pause when someone says something that can be sexually charged.
I haven't heard that.
Dr. Eagle knows.
Okay,
Dr.
good.
Eagle knows.
Dude, and I like, I'm pretty up on that kind of stuff, but I had not heard pause yet. So there you go. I'm an old man. Here's my first one.
Yo,
all right.
Dr. Eagle, he paused too. He was like,
yeah, I did. I thought I was waiting for you to say something. I thought you were trying to get in there. Pause.
There you go.
Interesting. I'll have to use that on the radio. That'll be fun. It's a good one. I love the things that aren't actually sexually inappropriate, but
right.
inclined that they are. So I'll use that on the radio for sure. Let's see. All right, so Lions at Bucks. Bucks getting 3 at home, coming off a bye. Who you like, Staros?
Give me the Lions. They're just good. The trenches for them, they're great. They're balanced. They're such a balanced team. They can run the ball. They can pass the ball. I think Jameson Williams is going to be a big help, getting him kind of going. So the Bucks got a good defense. They really do. Baker's playing well, but for my money, I gotta go. I gotta go with the Lions here.
Nah.
Guess what?
Nah.
I know you're gonna be a hater, but
give me the Bucks. 3 points. 3 points at home. 3 points at home, dog. Come on, man. What? What did you want to say? What are you gonna break in with that's earth-shattering, life-changing? Go ahead.
Well, first of all, my picks are getting. The longer we sit here and not do this, like I can't take the Dolphins with the spread now. It's locked for some reason.
BetMGM still has it at -14.
Yeah. DraftKings has it locked.
Yeah, well,
whatever that means.
Well, I mean, it's probably because they're not sure that they're going to play. Like, is Bryce Young maybe going to be out?
I don't know.
But if you bet all these games as we were going through.
I am.
No, you're not. No, you just said that you're not.
Here we go. I'm putting $2 on every game. But when I put it in the queue, right, it's in my shopping cart, It reads as if it's a big parlay, just but you can stake them all. So I staking them all at $2 a game.
Just put the bet in as we go, bro.
No, god damn it,
Put it,
shit.
just put it in as we go. It ain't rocket science. All right. Finally, we get to unleash the Sterls.
Oh,
1-4 Giants plus 15.5 at the 3-2 Buffalo Bills. The 3-2 Buffalo Bills,
the Bills are wearing all reds tonight.
which is total
Okay.
trash, and I know you like it, and that's awful.
You know I love it. I love those all reds.
They're awful.
It's great.
They're awful.
I would sign that up to be their
Don't
home
even.
uniform.
Don't even. I don't want to hear that word come out of your mouth,
It's because you ain't got no drip, dog.
bro. Listen, I
had-
actually would have a ton of drip if I had the money to afford it, but I can't afford to have drip.
I know hey, when you live in Denver, shit's expensive.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
expensive, man.
And especially on a radio. So I don't even know what you do. What's your like 9 to 5? You don't have to say here, but like,
oh yeah, I work in IT as a mobile network sysadmin.
okay, that
So
makes,
I got a pretty good job.
Yeah, I was gonna say that makes a whole lot more money than radio hosts. Let me tell you right now.
Yeah, no, I make 6 figures, but
Okay.
still.
All right. Well,
But that don't mean nothing in Colorado. It
Oh.
really doesn't.
if you don't think that means nothing in Colorado, then what does half that mean? Because that's what I'm living on.
Welfare.
Government cheese.
Hey, but you're doing a job that you love. I would love to be in radio like that.
Everybody says that until I make you the offer for what they pay you, and then
You
they
make
say
me an offer and we'll talk. I'm serious.
Okay, a guy left here because they were paying him $50,000 a year.
I would do that.
You would quit your job and take the radio full-time job for $50,000 a year.
Yeah, because I love it.
That's great. How you gonna pay for your son?
Drugs on the side.
I was gonna say, I'll tell you what, you're not buying NFL Sunday ticket. I promise
Hey,
you that.
I'm gonna have to be pimping on the side. Pimping ain't easy.
At least, bro. At least. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are the Ravens gonna blow this?
No, it's a 9-point game.
Yeah, I know. Did you not watch the Colorado State game last night?
Colorado State, no.
Colorado State recovered like 3 onside kicks, threw a Hail Mary at the end of the game, and ended up winning.
Against who?
Boise State. It was crazy. It was, I have not seen a game like that. It was freaking wild. All right. Man, can I just tell you my frustration with how many freaking wake-up call games the Buffalo Bills need? For the first time in 25 years, there is not a dominant team in the AFC. You heard me.
No,
You heard me.
I agree.
The Chiefs look human for the first time in 5 years. Before that, it was the Patriots. And why has Patrick Mahomes not played a road playoff game yet? Because the challengers for years have been unable to step up and take it away from them. The DeMar Hamlin thing was tragic for a lot of reasons.
Sure.
We're not going to blame that or anything like that. But that is what was on the line last year for the Bills, was the 1 seed. And I think that Bills team got affected by that in a lot of ways, but one of them was losing that number 1 overall seed.
Yeah.
It's, to me, they can't lose another game all year. And I think the Bills need to feel that way because that freaking Chiefs team finally looks human.
And what's funny is the Bills don't have a hard time with them in the regular season. Like they're great against them in the regular season.
I think it was actually Milkman who's in here who was giving me a hard time against, the Bills are just going to lose to the Chiefs. Man, Bills are like, in the last 5 games, the Bills are like 4-1 against the Chiefs. But it's because it's all regular season games that nobody cares that they win. They also have played in Arrowhead literally every fucking time, including this year. Starting next year, it flips where all those games are going to start being in Buffalo for like a 5-year stretch. Because it's stupid how the NFL
will the Bills
does
play
that.
them next year in Buffalo?
If they both win, if they finish in the same spot in the divisions, it'll be a game in Buffalo. But of course, it's not going to happen next year. Dolphins are going to win the AFC East this year, and the Bills are going to get the Chargers to come to Buffalo. Is what's going to happen. Something stupid like that is going to happen.
Right.
And it's going to piss me off. So I'm tired of the Bills needing wake-up games. This better be just an absolute ass beating because I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it. I don't care who's injured. I don't care who's coming to town. I love Tyrod Taylor. Dude deserves I don't even care if you put him on the wall. When he retires, if you want to put him on the wall, put him on the wall for the Bills. He ended the drought. I love that man. I love the way he carries himself.
Sure.
I love his drip. Dude's got some swag.
Yeah, he does.
I love Dave's. Brian Dable's my guy. If you've watched live streams with me, you know how much I love Brian Dable. If the Bills don't go out here and win this game by 20 points and just put an absolute waxing on the New York Giants, I'm gonna be furious.
They better. They're going to. Like, I'm not worried about that. It's how do you overcome the injuries, man? Like
they've got a rookie out of Tulane playing linebacker, bro. How are you not worried about that?
That's. Oh no, I am worried about it. That's what I'm saying. Like I need the Bills to make a trade. I do. I really do, and I don't think they will. They're not going to.
They hate doing it. They hate bringing in anybody who wasn't in camp with them.
I hate that.
Me too. Drives me crazy.
Because it's not as bad as what the Packers did with Aaron Rodgers, but like you have Josh Allen as your quarterback. You need to be rolling the dice as much as you can to get one Super Bowl for the Bills. It means more for the Bills than it does other franchises who've been there, done that. It means more. You got to put yourself in a position. I understand you want to be able to win now and later, but can you just like go against the grain and just make a move? You need a corner. You got to find a corner. You're not going to get this done with Dane Jackson and Christian Benford. I like Benford. I thought he was the best corner on the team before Trey White got injured.
Make me an offer.
For? I'll give you 2 firsts, the third. 2 firsts and a third. First and a third this year, and a first next year.
I don't know if that gets it done. Of course we're talking about Pat Surtain, who is still on his rookie deal, has 2 years of control left. Right?
2 firsts, 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, I'd take that. I'd take 2 firsts and 1 second. 2 firsts and a third,
2 firsts
though.
and 1 second?
I'd take 2 firsts and 1 second if I'm the Broncos. It's a lot, bro.
I know it's a lot.
It's a lot. I also, though, started thinking about who the Bills have that they could use. Would you give up a guy like Osiris Torrance?
Hell no.
And put Ryan Bates back in the starting lineup?
Nope. Not doing it.
I mean,
I'll give you
to get something, you got to give something, bro.
Listen.
Would you give
I'll
up a
give
guy?
them
Would you give up Ryan
two
Bates?
first and a third. Two first and a third.
Two first
Ryan
and Ryan
Bates.
Bates.
Two first. Done.
Two first, Ryan Bates, and a sixth or seventh. It's probably what I think that would turn out to be.
And then throw in Judy with that trade.
Oh no, then it's got to be two firsts, Bates, and a fourth.
Done. Like I would do that shit right now.
I don't want Judy, by the way. I was a big proponent of the Bills going and getting Judy. Dude's a head.
Just because Steve
dude's a
Smith
fucking
just went
head.
off
No, no,
on him.
no. Did you see all the tweets the past couple weeks? Like the dude is, he's going after Rod Smith. He's going after Philip Lindsay. The dude can't handle people saying that he sucks, and he has been sucking. I don't like that. Now you want to put Cortland in that deal? Let's talk. I'm about that life. You want to give me two firsts, a fourth, and Ryan Bates for Cortland Sutton and Pat Surtain? I'd do that.
I do that.
Trying to think what else the Broncos need that the Bills have in excess. Ooh, how about this? This is something that I thought about before.
AJ Epinesa, throw him in there.
They do have young pass rushers. No, dude, you got to give something of equal value, man. Here's what I said. What if they did a first-round pick, Greg Rousseau, a third-round pick? So one first, one third, and Rousseau. You're not going to be able to pay Greg, dude.
Nope.
You're not going to be able to pay Rousseau.
You better fucking figure it out. You better figure it out.
I'm telling you right now. You're not going to be able to pay
Rousseau.
Rousseau.
Out.
All right.
They better figure it out. He's
all right, hear me out. A first, Greg Rousseau, and a third for Surtain and Simmons. Throw Taylor Rapp in there too. Make a safety swap.
I do that.
I'd do that too. Get two all-pro guys, essentially.
Yeah, I do that. Even though, I mean, a good trade has to hurt, right? Both sides.
Yeah.
You know?
Listen, I don't think people value.
I love Greg Rousseau. I think he's gonna be one of the best. He's on pace to be one of the best pass rushers in the league by the end season's end.
But I don't
Top
think people.
10.
I don't think people see him as that. So if the Broncos were to make that trade, I think a lot of their fans would be like, "What the hell?" But in terms of actual football value, I think that's a pretty even trade.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about the guy. Not only can he rush the passer, 6'7", 250 pounds, but he can set the edge on the run. Like he is a multifaceted, dual threat defensive end guy. Like yeah.
Are there any other corners you could see them going after? I like,
Will
by the
Fuller
way,
is one.
I like J.C. Horn. That was why I brought
Horn,
that.
I don't think they'll give. I don't think they'll.
I think
do
they're
it.
frustrated with how often he's hurt. You're right. I don't think they give him up, but it's at least interesting.
I like J.C. Horn.
I like J.C. Horn too. And then I couldn't really think of any linebackers that anybody would want to get rid of, but we'll just have to see, man. Just have to see. I don't think the Bills make any moves, but if you don't go out here and throttle this Giants team, you need an inside linebacker. You don't need an outside linebacker. Like, you're lucky that Milano has the versatility to do both, but Terrell Bernard having to be the guy is a problem. It's a problem.
Yeah,
okay.
Let's give him an opportunity to prove it, right?
Ooh, dude. Him being the off-the-ball linebacker and making those plays is one thing. I think you're asking a lot to ask him to be the main guy.
Absolutely. You are.
Okay.
I think it's going to cause him to be, see ball, get ball. I think it's going to really hurt on his instincts.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, as soon as you slow a player like that down, what happens? Starts playing like dog shit, losing confidence. So I think it's a big problem.
Yeah.
But listen,
Yep.
McDermott
Yep.
is known for, and this has always been true, putting guys in the situation to play to their strengths. And I don't think he gets enough credit for that. So everybody hated that A.J. Klein signed again.
Right.
But if you put A.J. Klein as the guy who's got to go run into fullbacks and pulling offensive linemen, and you let Terrell Bernard just continue to do what he's been doing, yeah. Hey, man, I hope – and did you see any final word on this? I never saw – I saw McDermott say that they're not – both Daquan and him, Milano, are not officially out for the entire season. But I didn't see anywhere if they said if there was any ligament damage to his knee or if it was just a break.
I don't know.
I don't think it ever came out. I think they did a good job of hiding it. Dude, I don't know. If it's just a break, if all those
Milano's out for the season. Daquan's coming back.
Daquan's coming back for sure because TJ Watt came back from that injury in like 6 weeks. I don't think Daquan comes back that fast, but he'll be back for a playoff run.
Yeah.
But if the ligaments are intact in Milano's knee,
that's 8 weeks.
So if. But that might be also why you haven't seen them make a move. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. It's the Bills. With this stuff, they are too cautious.
Yeah. I like this question from Mental Health Guy, so let's talk about it before we get out of here. Even though we are 13 minutes away from kickoff of early games. That's plenty of time to name 8 quarterbacks better than Kirk Cousins.
8 quarterbacks better than Kirk Cousins. Is that what we're doing right now?
I'm pretty sure I can do that pretty fast. Can you not do that quickly?
No, I totally can. It's not hard. Tua. Mahomes. I'd say C.J. Stroud's better, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
Stafford's better.
Stafford, you said?
Josh Allen's better. Yeah.
Stafford is close.
Jalen Hurts, Trevor Lawrence, Herbert.
Burrow.
Ooh, Lamar, Burrow.
That's 10.
Shit, that's 10 right there.
That's 10, and we ain't even trying.
Yeah.
That's 10, and we ain't even trying. Listen, I know that people like to point to the stats. Dak's, see, now we're on the level. Now we're on the level. Dak and Kirk, I think, is an argument. You think Dak's better than?
No, they're about the same.
Yeah, I don't know. It's at least a good argument.
Brock Purdy. I'll take Brock Purdy over Dak. I mean, over
Kirk. I think
Cousins.
I think that's close.
Yeah, they're Jared Goff is in that field. Justin Fields is in there. Jordan Love is in there.
No, they're not. No, they're not. That's the next tier down. Fields and Love, that is the next tier down, 100%.
Okay, yeah, next tier down.
100%. 100%.
Tannehill's down there.
No,
Mac
that's
Jones
even further down.
there.
That's even further down.
Zach Wilson, Daniel Jones, Baker, Geno.
It's even further down.
Ooh,
Cousins,
shit.
The Cousins slander is outstanding. I understand the postseason criticism, but he is statistically better than people stated. Statistics only matter so much, dude. Statistics only matter so much. Yeah. Listen, I
like Kirk though.
I was gonna, and that's what I was gonna say. I'm not a Kirk Cousins hater, but I don't think it's hard to name 8 quarterbacks better than him. I really don't.
Yeah.
And I think he's on the level of Dak. I think he's arguably a top 10 quarterback. But if he is top 10, it's the bottom of the top 10. Like, you are talking about if he is somewhere between 8 and 12.
Yeah.
And some guys you're taking because of situation too. Like,
he's Andy Dalton in his prime.
I'm taking. What up? Thanks for the follow, Thunder. Appreciate you joining the mob. What's good? Thanks for chatting too. Appreciate you. Talking about Cousins, man, like, I'm taking CJ Stroud over him because of what he could be. So If you want to talk about top 8 QBs right now, is Kirk Cousins probably better than CJ Stroud right this instant? Yeah, probably. But I'm still taking CJ Stroud instead of Cousins every day of the week because of
Oh
what he
yeah.
could be. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Um, so, listen, I don't have nothing against Kirk Cousins. He is a very good starting NFL QB.
Yeah.
But, like, let's not get carried away talking about
He'd be the
top 8.
perfect quarterback for the Broncos.
Um, the only way
I
I do
mean,
that is
obviously, I
if
want them to draft a guy, but
the only way I do
better
that
than
is if I'm
Russ.
drafting a guy to bench him.
Right.
Which honestly, with how bad that team is and devoid of talent they are, I don't think that's a terrible idea. I don't think you want to necessarily put a young quarterback right out on the field with the lack of talent on that team. So if
So
you,
guess what? Hold on. Not the 49ers and the Browns have
yeah,
gotten to a pregame fight.
of course they did.
And
You know,
Brandon Ayuk was uppercutting a guy.
oh, did he get kicked out?
I don't know. They just panned to it and went away. So
Interesting. All right. Any other questions for us before we get out of here? Let us know. Sterls incorrectly picked holiday season as his favorite season. No, I actually don't think that's a bad choice. Sterls, did you place your bet?
yeah, I did actually.
Oh, you know
It's
what we
done.
didn't do? Do you have some extra money to play with here, Sterls? Or are you up against it this week?
No, we're good.
Yeah,
What are you
because
trying to do?
you don't actually bet on every game. Um,
Such an ass.
well, all the bets are turned off right now. That's interesting. Why is that? Let's see if I just need to reload my app here. In weeks past, we've done. I think once we did a 3-dog parlay, and I love those.
Oh,
So let's pick 3 dogs, man. Dude, all the NFL
okay.
games
Hold
are
on.
betting is off right now. Are your numbers up?
Yeah.
Literally, all my numbers are down. But that's
So we're
okay. I'll
doing
put it
three
in.
dogs.
Yeah, so 3 teams that are dogs that we think are going to win outright. So they got to be plus on the money line, and we will take them on the money line. 3 dogs.
All right, I got Colts, Texans,
How are we doing this? Are
Commanders.
we each picking one, or are we splitting it up?
Oh, I just gave you 3.
So that's all right. So you just do yours, I'll just do mine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's
How,
fine.
how
Let's
much?
see.
How much we doing? $5.
Yeah, I was gonna put $5 on it.
That nets me
Mental
$58.
health guy also comes back in with also what's the infatuation with Justin Herbert from the mainstream media. He is on the field, like reading defenses, his decision making, all of that is excellent, and he has all the physical tools. I think a lot of mainstream media, quote unquote, feel like he's being held back by his coach.
Yeah.
So I think that's the infatuation. But he's the same thing to me as Kirk Cousins. He's similar not the same thing. He's in a similar spot in the quarterback ranking as Kirk Cousins. Like I would put him somewhere between like 8 and 12.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think he's top 5 to me.
He's top 5 for you?
Yeah.
Give me Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Trevor Lawrence. God, I want to
Yeah.
put
And Herbert.
I want to put CJ Stroud there so bad.
No, that's that. Yeah, I know, right? No.
Um,
Oh, they're showing his fight again.
Dr. Eagle, Seahawks, Bears, and Texans is mine. I do like the Texans on that. Okay, so I came up with 4 off the top. Anybody else that I want before I want Herbert? Maybe Tua. I think that's a good argument, though. Oh, Hurts. I definitely want Hurts before I want Herbert.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have to design an offense that fits him specifically, but I think that's doable in today's NFL.
Justin Herbert has way more arm talent.
No doubt. No doubt. One of those guys has been in an MVP race. One of them hasn't. One of those guys has been in the Super Bowl. One of them hasn't.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean,
okay.
are you really banging on Hurts? Really?
Dude, Justin Herbert's a better quarterback. Stop it. Jalen Hurts has the best offensive line in the league.
That's true.
He has one of the best supporting cast of any quarterback. No, stop.
I mean,
I'm not saying he's bad. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
Justin Hurts,
we're not saying either of them are.
Justin
bad.
Herbert's better.
Yeah. Justin Herbert has a higher ceiling.
Oh no.
Jalen Hurts is better right now.
No.
Yes. Yeah. Jalen Hurts is better right now, dude.
He's not, dude.
What's the Chargers record?
Okay.
What's the Eagles?
That's
record?
not fair. That's not fair.
Who blew a 27-point lead in the playoffs?
The coaching is bad. And you know it.
No, but listen, man, I understand the coaching's bad, but if you're that dude, when you're up 27-0, you stop the bleeding by scoring one more touchdown.
Jalen Hurts on that team, and you'll be like, oh, right.
Jalen Hurts is better right now. Justin Herbert has a higher ceiling.
Well, you send me whatever you're smoking.
Bro, come on, man.
You send me whatever you're smoking.
You really think Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback?
No, he's not bad. He's good.
Not. You don't think he's
not better than
You don't
Justin
think he's
Herbert.
better than Justin Herbert?
No, I don't.
But I bet you're going to tell me that Brock Purdy's better than Justin Herbert.
No.
You want to talk about systems and talent around
yeah.
guys and how loaded their team is around them.
No, I don't take Lamar over Herbert.
I don't either. I do like Lamar, but I don't take him over Herbert. But there you go. That's how you get him into the bottom half of that top 10, right?
Yeah.
Lamar, Tua, Hurts, plus the guys you normally name. You get him to like 7, 8, 9, something like that. Herbert, that is. Why does that make you look so angry, bro? I see the anger on your face.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Why is it crazy?
I just think quit sleeping on Justin Herbert, man.
I ain't sleeping on nothing.
He's sleeping on my guy.
He's played in one playoff game and lost a 27-point lead in it. like I ain't sleeping on nothing, bro. Here we are. Here we are.
Oh man.
He's played in one playoff game and he lost a 27-point lead. So
okay, he didn't do that.
Yes, he did. He is part of that. You can't say that that's all defense or all coaching.
The defense was trash.
That's fine. Put a drive together and score another touchdown, and we're not talking about it. That's all.
True.
That's all. Put a drive together at any point in the second half. Put another drive together and score a touchdown, and we're not talking about it.
Why is Lamar Jackson disrespected?
Never seen an MVP QB more disrespected than Lamar Jackson. Probably never will. Yeah, what's disrespectful about it?
And I get, like, people want to give Lamar Jackson props because he won an MVP and he's black. Like, sign me up. But Lamar hasn't done anything. outside of that year. You know what I'm saying? Like, be real.
Well, and him and Tua are two similar cases for me where there's a real question on if they can stay healthy. And it affects where I put them in my quarterback rankings because
Availability matters, man.
it matters, especially at the quarterback position. I need you there every week. It's the only position on the field that changes the line in Vegas. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it matters. It matters a whole lot. So I like Lamar a lot. I was very excited they got a new offensive coordinator for him this year. But you know, he's got to do it, man. He's got to do it one of these years. All right, my 3-dog parlay is I'm taking Seahawks plus 130, Texans plus 110, Bucks plus 140. So Seahawks over Bengals, Texans over Saints, Bucks over Lions. He has done more than Allen and Herbert. He's done more than Herbert. I don't know that he's
done more than Allen.
I don't think he's done more than Allen. Just because he happened to get a year in there that he snuck out an MVP. And he was great that year, don't get me wrong. But I just...
Allen's year after that was better than Lamar Jackson's.
Yeah.
Statistically.
Yeah.
Like, it's not in it.
Allen has put together his best years when somebody else has gone berserk. Is the only reason he doesn't have one right now. So he's also Allen beat him in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean,
convincingly.
It wasn't convincingly. That was the
16-3?
That's not convincing. That's
not
convincing.
Lamar Jackson didn't do shit. Got knocked out of the game. Third quarter.
No doubt Allen has the fact that Allen has highs and lows is the only reason that he can't get over the
every quarterback has highs and lows.
It's
like I get so sick of that.
It's the
every
reason
quarterback gets highs and lows.
But it's the reason that everybody puts Allen in that second tier and they don't put him in the Mahomes tier. Allen has to prove that he can win in the playoffs, win a Super Bowl, and then he's going to start winning MVPs and stuff like that. And I don't blame people for saying he hasn't done it yet.
That's fair.
He hasn't.
That's fair.
It's totally fair.
You got to earn it.
And he's more of a Brett Favre type where his highs are really high and his lows are really low. And Mahomes just kind of has that smoothed out a little bit more than Allen does.
Yeah,
and so
Allen can be erratic, and we know that.
He's got to.
I'll tell you this.
I don't know if it's
Allen's
Haley
high,
Steinfeld or whatever, but he's got to find a way to be more consistent.
Who has a higher high than Allen's high? Like who?
Mahomes.
Outside of Mahomes, and I would say, I would even venture to say they're pretty close. They're pretty tied. I wouldn't even say Mahomes is better than his. When they're playing nuclear, I'll take Allen's nuclear over anybody else's.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Burrow gets to the same kind of like stratosphere that Mahomes and Allen get to, but his lows are so much higher. Like his floor is so much higher than Allen's that at least in big moments, I should say, that he puts himself maybe above Allen by not making as many mistakes. You know what I mean?
Sure, that's totally fair.
But yeah,
Lamar's got to prove it, man. Lamar's got to prove it. Like, look, you do it one season, like I get great MVP, love it, but look, man, what have you done for me since then? And I can't say that he's done much.
I really thought he was going to leave the Ravens and go to the NFC, and I thought it was going to be the best thing for him.
Oh, it would have been great.
Because he would be the number 1 seed in the NFC, and just, I don't even care what team he went to. But
I
just
was hoping the 49ers.
Oh, God, could you imagine?
Now we're talking.
Could you imagine?
Lamar Jackson and oh my God, in that offense, bro. He's breaking every record. He is breaking the record book. I'm
getting pause right here for.
I need to set my fantasy lineup.
Look, bro, we kicked off, man. Like it happened.
I know it's a wrap.
Yeah. You better find some 225 Slumdogs you can put in there. Who's the fourth running back for the Jets
God
that you can
damn it.
pick up and put in your lineup because you didn't have it set? Ah, yes. The Octo Box. Only kind of the Octo Box, though, because there's only 7 games right now. Yeah, man. Listen, I have a ton of respect for Lamar. I love that they got him another offensive coordinator. And I hope now that the contract situation is taken care of, he's there. They know he's there. They're building around him. There's no questions about nothing. I hope he thrives. But he's got to prove that he can play a full season and play a full season at a high level like he did. What was that, 4 years ago?
Yeah. I still like him though. I like Lamar Jackson a
I
lot.
like him a lot. Go win your division.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't believe they gave away that game to the Ravens. Yeah, mental health guy. I got to tell you, man, you're hating on us for expecting more from Lamar. Did you watch that Steeler game? Like, if I'm banging on Herbert for
The Colts.
right, if I'm banging on Herbert for losing a 27-point lead in the playoffs, how many opportunities did the Ravens have to win that game? And you lost it?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, there's no way the Ravens should have lost that football game, and they did. So, I don't know, defend your guy. Don't put it on me. I didn't do nothing. You know what I mean? Defend your guy. Because, to me, I love Lamar, but he's got to put it together for a full year. Go win the AFC North this year, host a couple playoff games, and knock the Chiefs out for me. Great.
Now we're having a different conversation.
Yeah, do it. Knock the Chiefs out for me and lose to the Bills in the AFC Championship game, and I'll be happier than a pig in shit, and I'll put Lamar right back in that top 5. No problem. No problem. All right. You ready to wrap this, boy?
Yeah, I gotta use the bathroom.
Ooh, maybe I make you stick around for longer then.
I'll
really
put this
torture
thing
you a
on
little
mute
bit.
so quick.
Pee in a bottle right under the...
Yeah, dude.
All right, he is Sterls for the girls. Go give him a follow. Give him a subscribe. At Sterls30. Is that right? At Sterls30?
Yeah.
At Sterls30. And then on social media, you can see it right there. Don't forget the H at the end of furrow.
Yep.
I do that a lot. Don't forget that. But go give him a follow on Twitter. Yes, it's still Twitter. I'm not calling it X. And Instagram. Follow me on all the things at Rob T Radio. Sterls,
Yo.
I love doing this.
Oh, it's great, man.
Don't
2 hours was fun today.
don't leave me again.
I'm here, man. I'm here.
Well, you weren't last week.
Hey, well, the duty calls, man. The kid, so.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just saying, don't leave me like that.
I got you.
I miss you. All right. Have a good day, everybody. You can hit us up on social media if you want to talk about the bets as the games are going on. And I hope you enjoy your NFL Sunday.